Hey, raise it up, why? Raise it up. Raise it up, why? Hey, raise it up. Hey, raise it up, why? Raise it up. Hey, raise it up, why? Raise it up. North side, raise it up. South side, raise it up. East side, raise it up. The west side, raise it up. Raise it up, raise it up, raise it up, raise it up, raise it up. North side, raise it up. South side, raise it up. East side, raise it up. The west side, raise it up. Raise it up, raise it up, raise it up, raise it up. Hey loves, hey loves, hey loves. That was I don't know what the last part of that was, but hey, my name is Wyann Vaughn, also known as Y, and this is another episode of Raise It Up, Y, the podcast. We are coming at you today, the last Thursday of a hot-ass September 2019. We are not in the same location we usually are because we are at my house. You dig me? I say that because as I'm speaking with you, my dog is attempting to gain my attention beneath the table. But we're not going to pay her a lot. Lay it.
Good girl. Good girl.
I promise you, she was looking for that the whole time. I'm not even fronting with you. Today's episode is called Back to School. Very fitting because it is September, where most schools should be in progress by now. Yeah, most schools should be in progress by now. If you are listening to us on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, first of all, thank you very, very, very much for tuning in. 9 months of being with us. We basically now had a baby. Okay, so that baby's name is the young man I'm sitting with today, the man who helped me create this baby. This gentleman's name is Jaquavis Quebo Harmon. He is one of my students from Ujima PCC, and he is with us today. And if you are watching us, subscribed, liked, and all that good stuff on YouTube, then you see this man sitting to stage left of me. Say hello to the people.
Hello, people. How are you guys doing today?
Aw, he think he's somebody. Ladies, don't even worry about him. You understand? He is 20 going on 20 minus
21. 3. Don't shave all those years like that.
That was shade. It's, palm trees, nice and shady out here tonight. No, deadass, it is definitely about 70. No. It's 76 outside today, and it's 84 in here. So this whole outfit was going to be cuter. Everything was going to be different, and life didn't go that way. So live with us, love us. Yeah, the episode is called Back to School, and it makes very much sense considering not only is school in, but I am an edutainer. And if you are watching again on YouTube, you will notice behind us are a couple of my degrees. But at the same time, we are exemplifying the edutainer life of me. So a young lady that we will be bigging up today, hella, her name is Rapsody. She is my sister and my homegirl, my hard-working ass woman in this entertainment industry. She invited me onto her first album, Layla's Wisdom, and you will see back somewhere behind me. I'm not sure where, maybe behind my side. Behind Quebo's side, you will see, if you're looking, my Grammy certificate for our nomination for the song Sassy, which was her single in 2017 off of that album. So this is a great day. I feel very special about this day. I feel very at home. That's no pun intended because we are at my home. But in the world of education and entertainment, guys, I feel like this is just what we doing today, so very, very happy that you all joined us again, and jam-packed day with information. Take notes today, guys. Listen to this more than once today, guys. Not today, but listen to it more than once this month, guys. And also, well, guys and girls, and make sure that you share this message today. I think a lot of information is going to be dropped here today, and I look forward to getting into that with you. So, as you all know from my MSW side, Master of Social Work, I am a trained therapist. And one of the things that I like to get you all to do right in the beginning of this podcast is grounded. I like to get you all grounded so that we can create separation between any and everything that you were doing before today before this moment and right now in this moment. Grounding is not only to cause separation between what you've been doing before right now and this moment, it's also to make you aware of yourself in this moment. So you guys know, if you've been with us for a couple months, that this is a poem kind of an action for this grounding prompt. And I say silly stuff like wiggling your toes and touching your nose and things like that. While it seems futile and while it seems juvenile, it's exactly what's needed to remain in this body, in this moment right now. You can't touch your nose for 10 minutes from now, 2 minutes ago. You know what I mean? Like, you literally have to be in the moment to do it, sort of a thing. So just reminding you that I don't give a doggone how dope you are, how fly you are, how much money you got and everything. We all can lose ourselves outside of our moments. Grounding is just bringing you directly into your moment and you all as an audience into this podcast. So without further ado, let's get you all grounded, all right? If you are driving, I invite you to keep your eyes open. If you are anywhere else in the world and you feel so inclined, I invite you to close your eyes as you listen to my voice and become one with us right now, right here in this moment. So I would like you to take a moment to be here with me. Hear my voice. Feel your feet. Wiggle your toes. Touch your nose. And just recognize that you're here. Breathe a breath in. Blow a breath out. Again, do that in through your nose and out through your mouth. Take a moment to own this miracle called life, that you're breathing and you're winning just by living this life, by spending time with my voice right now. You're investing into your betterment. Sit with that and feel proud and welcome. Let's go up. Let's go up. I'd like to go up. There are many places to go. I choose up. With no further ado, bro. We are coming right into this thing called Break It Down. And what we're breaking down, if you guys don't know, Break It Down is one of the segments I created for this podcast that looks to uncover the already existing genius that there is in hip-hop culture, hip-hop lyrics, hip-hop fashion, hip-hop anything. You guys know that's my brand of entertainment. When I say I'm an edutainer, I am an artist who's been listed as a hip-hop artist, although I sing, I songwrite, and I author, and I poetry-ish. Okay. But another beautiful woman who started her journey in this rap business as a poet at North Carolina State University, my homegirl, and the beautiful, awesome artist responsible for giving us just, a month ago? Mm-hmm. A month ago, I think she gave us this sophomore album entitled Eve. I am talking about Marlana Evans. I am talking about my homegirl, Rapsody. This woman, goodness, I can't say enough about this piece of work called Eve. It's a celebration of Black women. It's sisterhood. I call it sisterhood. These are my words, not hers. I call it sisterhood. I think sisterhood means more to me as a Black woman than the word and the term feminism. That's just me personally. We can talk about that a different day. However, this is a lot of sisterhood on this particular album. And the reason I needed to have the OG of this podcast, the originator, Mr. Quebo, come on and be here physically with me is one, because he got to meet Queen Latifah in the studio with Ninth Wonder and Rapsody. Do you remember that?
Yeah, man. I never forget it.
What did you do when Queen walked in?
That's the thing. I can't even remember what I did. I just, like, yo, like, is this happening right now? Like, it's already sweet that I'm seeing Ninth Wonder and Rapsody.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm just top it off with the Queen herself. Like,
yeah.
That was breathtaking. That was amazing. Like,
Rapsody is beyond fly and dope. Just because she's one of those types of people that makes sure whenever there's an opportunity, she and Ninth, whenever there's an opportunity to advance, me personally, I'm just talking for myself.
Right.
They will literally hit me up. Hey, get over here. Come on down. You understand? Bring your ass. Why? Bring your ass. That's nice. Bring your ass. And anytime those texts come through, yo, with all the O's, bring your ass. Send the address. Do this, do that. Every single time it's been something amazing, and that time was no exception. You got to hear a little bit of the album that day. You got to, you heard some. She played it for Queen. Guys, I feel like we had an amazing experience together. But I wanted to bring Quebo together because December 2018, when I finally caved in and gave in on making this podcast, I said, so what do you, like, what should we do? I told him, I said, look, I'm a hip hop person with the education thing, so how do we make this thing crack off? The first things that we did when we were sitting at this exact table with my freaking iPhone and put on a mic. We put a mic in it and spoke back and forth about, I think, Kendrick's Fear.
Yeah, the Fear track. Yeah.
Fear off of Kendrick Lamar's album. But we basically did what I now title Break It Down, and we uncover the genius in lyrics and things like that. So my task, because, you know, I'm in my teacher bag tonight. I'm in my professor bag tonight, okay? I asked for Quebo to pick a song off of Rapsody Eve for us to explicate or just dive in, just to kind of dig into it and see what's there. And he felt very happy about that because there was a lot for him to look at. But I think he settled upon Nina, the first track. Shouts out to I Am Mark Bird, who produced the track. He happened to hop on one of my lives the other day when I was promoting her album.
Yeah, I seen it.
Yeah, you was on too. He hopped on or whatever. I was like, hey, what did you produce? Let me know. I'm going to bang it out right now. And it was Nina, and boy, they just shot, that's the second visual for the album. The second visual for the album is this title track, or rather, not the title track, but the first track of the album. Yeah. The intro and everything. And
hell of an intro too.
Man, listen, Rap said, I ain't playing no games with you niggas. Right. I'm coming out swanging. Yeah, home run out the gates. So what did you come up with? What were the parts that stuck out to you?
Well, first of all, great album, by the way. It's going to get nominated again for a Grammy if it hasn't already been, but
it will be. Let me tell it.
For sure.
I speak the creation of existence that I want.
Right.
So what I'm saying is, and a lot of other people have been like, this is going up for album of the year. And in my head, I'm like, first off, I'm never going to slow that momentum. So hell yes, up for album of the year. But I'm definitely also looking at that rap album of the year. I'm gunning. The girl is coming, man. Get her Cleo off.
She's
blah, blah, blah. With the burn. That part. We ain't forgot about them shouts, Jack. Shouts? About them shots. That's what she says. About them shots, Jack. I'm bad when I squeeze back. I don't know why I love that. When I get in my mean bag. That's the second one, though. That's the second song on the album. But the first one, what ended up standing out to you?
Well, first off, when it first came on, when she was talking about the southern trees bearing strange fruit.
Yeah.
Blood on the leaves and blood at the roots.
Yep.
I think that kind of resembled to me is like the perseverance, that we faced over all the years. Is like, even though, we've been through hell, we still managed to grow.
Absolutely.
And we just keep growing, and we keep growing. We keep persevering with each other, And it's like.
Have you ever heard the jazz song "Strange Fruit"?
Strange Fruit. Am
I wrong?
Sure, I'm familiar with it.
Yeah, it's an old standard. Didn't Nina?
Oh yeah,
Billie Holiday sang it. There we go.
Billie Holiday. Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, yeah.
Yeah, but that's why I'm like, if you guys don't know, at Chris.Sees is also at Caden Wees, and he is Chris Cadenhead. That's his actual name in real people life. I don't know why I'm speaking like we're on social media, but this man, who is my creative partner, is also a jazz pianist and is basically amazing. So whenever there's a music, especially jazz question, I can always count on him to be able to at least know something about it, or he would point me closer in the direction of what it is. So Strange Fruit, though, is that jazz standard that talks about, like, it basically is a metaphor about the lynchings and hangings of Black, mostly men, if I'm not mistaken, in the South. Quebo is from South Carolina. I think it's per capita the biggest membership of the Ku Klux Klan today. Still today, if I'm not mistaken. It was the biggest turnout for... you said earlier how you think everything that's going on right now in the world is a war on love.
Yeah, war against love.
So lots of the individuals who have taken on different features of that war. I won't even give no person any clout on my platform.
Right.
But a lot of people who subscribe to Less Than Love, who come from a background that don't look like you and me, have been known to be in South Carolina. They still hang the Confederate flag and things like that for our subscribers worldwide, since I know there are a couple of you guys. I literally, on the analytics, we have some worldwide subscribers and everything. The Confederate flag is mostly Southern and anti-unifying of the United States symbol that says we would rather there still be segregation than all of the multicultural integration that's occurred over the short span of our country's life. We are the baby country, so people...
keep in mind, I think it hasn't even been 5 years since they took the Confederate flag down from the State House in South Carolina. It hasn't even been 5 years yet. Yes.
Is that when that black woman climbed up there?
Yeah.
What was her name? I'll look that up, but shouts out to you, homegirl, because you still one of the GOATs.
Yeah.
I wish Rapsody had your name on this shit.
Right.
No, but in love, because this is for every black woman, this Eve album, I think that you're basically included in that. But talking about that first song on the album, the sample in there is blood on the leaf, strange fruit. Yeah, talking about the strange fruits and stuff like that. And it was blood at the leaves and blood on the roots. And that was, I love that you heard that and obtained perseverance from that, from us as a people. They were describing quite literally, though, in that time that, it was not a... it was a gruesome scene. I'll say it like that. Right. It was a gruesome scene. Yeah, with those lynchings and things like that. Publicly, people used to go out and watch it like it was the movies. They would go on dates. People would go on dates and watch public executions in the form of lynchings. So
and this was 50, 60 years ago. Not even that long.
But that's what I'm trying to say. 50 and 60 years ago is not that long. And I think I told you guys on the previous episode, I feel like it was episode 8 even, how Chris Cadenhead is definitely from the South and Florida by way of Alabama. So I know this probably hits some of this stuff. This hits home with him as well, just talking about that. But Rap is from North Carolina, which I forget is the South because, where I go at their studio and stuff, Jamla's studio, Bright Lady Studio, it's not far from North Carolina State. So it's not it feels more north. It feels West Coast. It feels more like metropolitan sort of a thing. I don't really see all of the fuck shit, long story short, that goes on like around there and stuff like that. But they're like, oh, no. This is a Southern statewide. Don't ever get it messed up. And I'm sitting here like, I am so happy to be from Los Angeles. I love it out here. Quavo, you call it home, don't you?
Yeah.
Los Angeles, baby. Let's go. Yeah, and Chris Cadenhead. That's part. I am Dave 4, who is on the Mike C, Camera C, and also lives out here. He's already us. You understand? Mm-hmm. You're not from the South.
Missouri. Midwest, right? Midwest.
Yeah,
Midwest.
Yep.
Is it weird like that there too?
Kind of, in the southern part of the state.
Mm-hmm. Really? Yeah. Yeah, okay. Well, they also turn out gems like Day 4, so it is what it is. That part right there. That's how I choose to look at all of that sort of a thing. And I also recognize, as this episode kind of talks about and hints at, education is the difference between love and ignorance. Mm-hmm. You guys know that this podcast stands for self-awareness, self-love. This podcast stands for self-awareness, raising up your vibration, as well as your capacity for love, which is knowledge. And I always use that part to say that without knowledge, you cannot love something. It is literally the key that unlocks the door to the capabilities of love. So, like I said, with a lot of the studio and Jamla world being right next to that place of education, a lot of the people there have education. Ninth teaches at Harvard, Ninth Wonder, that is. He's a Harvard fellow, teaches at Harvard University, as well as Duke University, as well as North Carolina Central University and HBCU, and historically Black college and university. Rap has a lot of accounting work done if she ever wanted to go back and just finish up that degree, you know what I mean? Say, let me invite you, boo. Cash, who is the president of Jamla, he also has a lot of, they met in college, actually. Cash and Rapsody met in college. So there's a lot of education there. Again, with education, ignorance gets melted away, and racism and bigotry and things like that, prejudice, it's all, it's a budding fruit from the stems and roots and seed that is ignorance.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So sometimes people just don't know better, so they don't do better. You know, so that's how I feel. All of this from just the sample. My bad. Go ahead.
Yeah, right.
Go ahead.
Oh yeah, the next part that stuck out to me when she said, "I am Nina and Roberta, the one you love but ain't heard of. Got my middle finger up like Pac after attempted murder."
Nigga.
Right.
That part right there.
And that part, man, because it's like, it's so symbolic, because it's like they have been trying to kill the black image of women since the beginning of time, if you ask me. Like, it's been going on so long.
Lots of white actresses playing Egyptian queens.
Yes, in movies. Mm-hmm. And which brings us to my next point, when she says, imitating us in Hollywood pictures, and still they'll never be us. Nigga.
And Raina Biddy, shouts out to her. She did beautiful poetry from one poet to another. Your voice is sexy as shit, first off. So stop making me hot for you. You fine, bitch. Listen, you hella hot. Okay. Soundwave shouts out from TDE, because that's your woman and your child's mother and your fiance and all that stuff. Like, I'm telling you, these girls, man. She said on the album, trying to imitate me, little old me. Like she's like, really, y'all take so much, y'all need even more from me. Y'all
exactly,
little old me, y'all diss me, but you want me? I took that part to talk about like the surgeries that women get to look like we look naturally. Hello, let me stop. Okay, I'm back.
Nine turn them up.
Let me say, look, Nine turn me up so they can hear me in the back. Look, this whole album, bro. I'm telling you. No, okay. What other parts on Nina? No, the first line. No, keep going.
When she said, "A new Donna I'm trying to do some good. I felt more damn than Mississippi was."
Yeah.
She said they did not.
Ooh. Yeah, Mississippi down.
Because I can't remember the guy's name. What was the guy's name? She was talking about it was a song that Nina wrote. Mm-hmm. And I think it was called "Damn the Mississippi."
Wasn't it? It was Mississippi. I think it's Mississippi.
It was about the murder of God, what's the guy's name? Medgar Evers.
Medgar Evers.
Medgar Evers. Okay.
Yeah, Mississippi got down.
Right. and she said that, and then like that instantly made me think of that track because like that's something that that my mom, she loved that track. Because it speaks to you, you know. And so with her like throwing it in, like I felt more damn than Mississippi was, that really caught my attention.
But I love what you just said right now, talking about the fact that your mom can relate to this content. So again, this Break It Down section is uncovering the genius in hip hop. This, let me tell it, the only thing that can't call this album a classic yet is time.
Right.
That's the only thing that hasn't passed. I think time is the last test for any art, any piece of art, right? To try to withstand. I feel like this not only has playback value, but it has value for multi-generations and for multiple reasons on multiple levels. This sounds dope as getting hyped up, getting ready for a game. Because it's like, like you as a football player, boom. You know what I'm saying? Like it's four to the floor, it's grooving, it got a thing. You can get hella focused, get ready to push and pump iron to it. You can get ready for running and jogging to it or whatever, something very physical. Or you can really get your head right before going into, this is about to be me at this job. I'm already feeling like I'm, my back's against the wall, people not really messing with me up here. Right. But let me go ahead and just get this motivation. Let me get this right up in me right fast and be ready to go. This also works for what we're doing right now, which is literally edutaining. The idea of making sure that we can sit here and talk about this in a educational or an entertaining sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, whoo, I cannot wait. I can't wait for all of this stuff. This is, like I say, this album is one of those things that's about to withstand the test of time. I'm already speaking on that on behalf of my sister and saying that we have a classic on our hands, young ladies and young gentlemen, okay? I feel it in my bones, in the depth of me. You understand? And like I'm saying, this is the song that Quebo chose. I turn up on this album to songs like Serena that got that don't stop, get it, got that in there. It's like, what booty knows how to stay still to that?
Right.
What black female booty know how to stay still to that, bro? Like, I can't tell you which one does. Not only that, they have one called Michelle, and that's ladies first tonight. That was sharp. Don't worry about that. But Elle Varner is singing that part. And what I love about it is, what people don't realize is, she's saying ladies first tonight. The song is called Michelle. Michelle was our first lady. Right. The song Whoopi. You gonna make your sister act up. Sister act. Whoopi. You gonna make your sister act up. Hey. Tell my attitude back up. Get it back. Oprah got an honorary master's, if I'm not mistaken, from Howard or Harvard. One out of the two. Both schools are dope, so I don't know which one. But Oprah got the honorary master, and the first lines of Oprah is, I'm a master. Y'all should give me honorary masters. You see what I'm saying? Like, and that's why I had to pull out my master's degree, social work from Go Beach, okay, Long Beach, MSW, all day, every day. Holler at me if you hear me. Yeah. All right, I'm back. So, I feel like I have ran you guys all the way into the loving of this Eve record, this Eve album from my sis Rapsody. And if I haven't, I'm still going to run it back into your brains in paid dues. And you pay your dues section. So don't worry. If you ain't tired of it yet, you'll get tired of it soon. But go listen to it. Go download it. Go buy it. Purchase and support the artists that you really like. That's how you see more of us come about. All right? And
need more.
Man, telling you, edutainers like her, you need more of. Let me tell it. Moving on and right along, I wanted to talk about, because we're talking about being back at school, I was talking at Ujima the other day. You weren't there. But I was talking at Ujima the other day, telling the students about something that happened at Crenshaw High when I taught there. Mind you guys, before I was a professor, I taught math for 7 years at bevy of schools. I'll just say that Crenshaw is where I ended, so it's where I feel the most allegiance. You know what I'm saying? I think I was there the longest, too. for Crenshaw's night school and everything. I was in the adult division. I like that because No Child Left Behind, which left every child behind, didn't get to affect me. So it was just being able to educate people with less rules and more creativity and freedom, you know? So, yeah, I was a math instructor, and I was talking to the students about this. Oh, this also is why I have, for my time at Crenshaw, I had to get the boy Nip in. You understand? It was on me. It was on me. But like I said, it's 80 plus degrees in this here house. No. My hair lady just did this hair. If I sweat this out, I'm killing Quebo. And y'all don't want that because shit. Anyways. So.
Rest in peace to the great too, man.
That part.
The late, great Nipsey.
Always that. Man. So I told this story when I was at Ujima, talking about something that happened at summer school at Crenshaw High when I was teaching math in 2011. And the students, Taryn was in there, Autumn was in there, Aaron was in there. Students was like, you got to tell that on your next episode. Like, that's crazy. Like that. Yeah. So it started because we had a book, right? And I was telling them about, you'll have a math book, let's say, or whatever. But I think you're supposed to have about 36 students to one instructor, something like that. Mm-hmm. On average, we had about 45 students. And for this summer school class, I had 68 students from... That's more than double. Yeah. That's more than double. And it was Monday through Thursday. I feel like it was like 10 to 2. Like, it was like 4 hours, whatever that is. Something like that or whatever. We were there in summertime, temperatures is hot. People get testy. Air conditioning, of course, ain't, you know how that goes, sort of a thing. In the class, I had 48 chairs. I don't know what they wanted me to do with the other 20 students. You understand? But they were like, okay, here's a situation. Make this shit work. Congratulations, you're a teacher. So what this all started from when I was telling them this story is that I would have my math books and we would cut the books. We would just cut them up so that if multiple students were doing an assignment out of the same book, people who were at the beginning of the book could take chapter 1. Someone else could take chapter 3. People who were almost out of the class could take chapter 12 or chapter 7. You see what I'm saying? Right. It just made it stretch for all of those people, even though it wasn't designed to do that, sort of a thing. So in doing that, and in talking about that with the students, I told them about a situation where every educator, in my opinion, has to learn what I call crowd control. That's from my entertainment side, though. I think that teachers in a classroom are like DJs at a party. If the music is whack, the whole experience is whack. I don't care who you're in the classroom with. Or rather, I don't care who you're at the club with. I don't care who you're at a party with. They can be expensive people with shiny stuff. The food can be great. If the music is egregious, if the vibe is whack because nobody is dancing, that's the DJ's fault. Teachers, educators, I'm calling you out. I'm from the West, so I say this name through my chest. Educators, if the room is whack, you whack. It's not your kids. It's not your students. But don't worry. I say the same thing to parents when their kids wild out. You understand? Without extenuating situations and certain extremely specific conditions, because I can think of a few exceptions to what I just said. Parents, your kids are windows into your house. When I see them, I know what y'all do at home. Okay? Dead ass. And then y'all can hem and haw if you want.
It's plain as day.
Plain as day. What common say? It don't take a whole day to recognize sunshine.
Right.
I see a badass kid. I'd be like, what is going on at home? Come on. The school social worker in me. I was a psychiatric social worker. I start to ask hella questions about your situation when I see certain types of behavior exhibited at school. Back to Crenshaw. Summer 2011. 68 students. I got rid of 8 students by looking at everybody's paperwork, making sure everybody was in the right class. You know, sometime first day of school, people would be in the wrong place. So I got rid of 8 off top. So here now I have 60 students. All right. I have 48 chairs. It's not even about cutting books up yet. because I just got to see how to manage all these motherfuckers, right? So, my babies is in that class. And mind you, I taught adult school. So when I say my babies, all of my students are my babies. You can be like my oldest student was 72. You're still my baby. That doesn't constitute anything. If you are absorbing anything from me and I feel like I am feeding you, then you are my baby. Not my child like I'm sunning you, but my endearing arms around you, my baby. I will do everything to protect you and make sure that you learn, my baby. All right? All right. So the students are in the class. I have 48 chairs. I'm just reading the classroom dynamic on the first day in the first hour or two. Like, what the hell is Wyann about to do? How does Miss Y make this whole situation work? What I soon find out, because behavior, this is something you can take with you, put in your pipe and smoke it. Behavior doesn't know how to lie.
Right.
Winners don't have to tell me they're winners. They just win. They make winner decisions and make winner moves, and they just start to win. They start to progress. They start to advance. People who have decidedly know, they call themselves, I am a failure. I'm not good at math. I will never be good at math. Fuck this subject. I'm not going to be. They have already settled into that. Ooh, they come in, they look a certain way. Their posture is a certain type of laxed. They got a whole little type of, they already looking at what they're going to take down. It's summertime. Right. These are some teenagers and some adults. There's hormones everywhere. It's a lot of stuff going on. So I'm just looking at, all right, how do we make sure we're going to get the people who actually want to gain something from this experience and push them further? So I poll the class. Everybody out of the seats. Everybody up and out of the seats. Gentlemen, any of you, I always hear my German teachers, wer ist freiwillig? Whoever would like to volunteer, would you please help me take 24 of these chairs, turn them inward this way. 24 of these chairs and turn them inward this way. So people were looking at each other, not the teacher, not at the front. No, we weren't looking at me. I wasn't the entertainer on stage at this point. They were looking at each other. 24 of them chairs looking at 24 other chairs. Nobody is in these chairs yet. Everybody is standing up. Mind you, behavior has already told me who's there to win and who's there to fail. And I told these students, some of them were gang members, some of them were in recovery. Well, no, some of them were in recovery from addiction. Some of them were in re-entry. That's when you leave correctional facilities and you're just re-entering back into mainstream society. Some of them were way older. Some of them were immigrants from different countries. So we had a bunch of everything. I say, here's how we about to do this. Whoever has decidedly come to summer school to earn a grade and advance. If you want to succeed here for the next, however many, what is summer school? 8 weeks? 6 weeks? Whatever, 6 weeks. Yeah. Whoever wants to advance for the next 6 weeks, you will sit over here. Over here was deeper into the classroom, right? The door was back on my right. So everybody on my left, if you want to succeed, if you want to get in this class and get an A or just go forward, come to my left, sit in and around these 24 chairs. If you have decided you don't give a fuck about this class, your mama made you come to summer school, you don't plan to really be a part of the vibe, you don't even want to be here, you looking for people to hit up and ask who they from, you sizing people up, you looking for girls you want to smash, I don't mind none of that. I respect everybody and what they come to do. All I'm going to ask is that you decide to sit over here and fail silently. I don't care that you decide that you want to fail. This is your life.
Right.
I'm not going to make you care about your life.
It's your life. You can play with it.
Bro, it's your decision. Mm-hmm. Sit on my right in these 24 chairs and fail silently. That means put your earphones in. That means play your game. That means do whatever you want to do. If you don't want to do that, you can choose. This is adult school. None of you have to be here. This is not mandated 6 through 17 years old federal law. You have to be in school. This is not none of that. This is adult school. This is summer school. Be here if you want to be here. Be up if you don't want to be here. I lost a couple more students off of that, thankfully, because I needed the room, right? Some left. most stayed. So of the 8 that I lost originally, maybe let's say I lost 5 more. 13. Yay. Anyways, so let's just say whatever that number now is, I had that. I don't want that number because it's hard to do math that way. So 60 minus 5. What's 60 minus 5?
55.
55. Let's say 54 over there. Even number. Ooh, that's not... Ooh, 54. Is that the last 2 numbers of your... Yeah, they are.
No, 74.
74. Right, because 37 plus 37. Anyways, what is it? What 54 divided by 2? 27. So there was about 27 students on either side. It was almost exactly half. And when I tell you, we made it work because we kept this right side, the side of the class that decided they wanted to fail. They sat there, didn't do work, did whatever the hell else they did, quietly. This side, we split up books, we broke the books apart, we made sure that they got this and that. Hey, Miss Y, factoring polynomials, is that like... Hey, Miss Y, when you have a coordinate plane and you gon' graph... Hey, Miss Y, when I'm looking for... whatever it was, the only chatter in the room audibly that you could hear was from the left side of the room, everybody that wanted to do the work. And what happened was the funnest thing of all. People on my right side of class, recognizing that the turn up and the vibe was where everybody was learning, there would be times when I would be working a problem out with the left side of the class. And as we were working that problem out, those problems out, someone sitting on the side of the class that decided that they had wanted to fail would say, nigga, you dumb as fuck, cuz that's not how you do that. That's not it. I'm like, okay, so it seems like we have some opposition to what you're doing. Because I let students work out problems completely before I give them feedback. Yeah. I want to see how your brain processes information to know if you're right or if you're wrong in how you're processing the information. So this kid over here, cuz that's not even it, bro. That ain't even it. That's not even how that goes. Blah, 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 blah. He like, nigga, I ain't never seen you do no work in here. Blah, 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 blah. He said, bro, man, gets up, walks over. Bro, like this, give me the blue pen. Because, of course, so now you understand we're going to be rolling 60s Crips, right? Man. So, man, give me the blue pen. So this is the not Sharpie, on the screen. Yeah. I mean, on the whiteboard. Expo. Expo pen, the washable one. He do this, he take this. X plus 7 equals 10. Bro, I'm trying to tell you, you can't do this and that and blah, 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 blah. Whatever you do over here, I'm saying not a word. I'm watching the whole scene play out. When he's done, stupid motherfucker, and he puts it down, I'm lying, I'm flying. I swear to you, I swear for God.
Oh, man.
Puts that down, goes back to his desk. He's sitting here like this. I'm like, what were you in my class for anyway? You know this stuff, man. It ain't even that I got geometry, bitch-ass geometry I got a problem with. I'm like, oh, can I just look at it with you? I don't even care about that. Okay, don't even look. Hey, it's nothing. Don't even worry about that. The fuck is a plane anyway? It's a set of points, more than 3. Yeah, about 3 or more. Like, blah, 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 blah. Like, so what are you trying to say? Like, this is a plane? Yeah, like, your desk, that's a plane. Fuck out of here. I'm like, I promise you, I'm not even... And then, bro, if it wasn't against stuff to talk about names, that student not only went through the entire 6 weeks, not only did he do his own work and help others, he earned a fucking B in the first semester of first semester of geometry. And when he had the option to go back to his school, because we had different high schools that fed us, Palisades High School, Crenshaw itself, Manual Arts, if people, let's say they were at their grandparents for the summer and they were, closer to us, so they took a class with us. Wherever they were, people, when they were with us, when it got down to the semester, when fall semester 2011 started, some of the people purposely did bad in their regular school so that they would get assigned night school and they would come back to you. Me. Yeah. Those was my babies. And I'm just giving you guys that to say, that story one is one that my students at Ujima PCC, shouts out to Ujima, they wanted me to share that with you guys. Two, I felt like it was an important story because one of my other smartest students in the class was a Black and Mexican young lady, Miss Perez, I'll call her. I can't give you her first name, obviously, but Miss Perez, she was flame on. She was blood. She was a blood. Her dad was a blood, but her mom was from a Mexican gang, sort of a thing. So she had come in and have all sorts of energy for you, all sorts of energy. She was so smart. She was one of the only students I met that did a whole host of math and never wrote nothing down. Miss Y, this shit is stupid. I don't need this, blah, 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 blah. So I'm like, Perez, if I do this and that and that and this, she would look at a written problem on the board and be like this. It's -7, Miss Y. I'm like, you're playing with me. Work it out. She's like, I don't want to write. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I don't want to do. So I would go write it down for the other students so that other students could see how to figure the problem out. Lo and behold, answer would be -7. I'm sitting here like she was Algebra 1B, second semester of algebra. And when she finished the quickest. Yeah. In that 6 weeks of class, she did all of her work and was out in 3. Maybe a little sooner than that, actually. She was amazing. I wish I knew where that little girl was. I'm just saying, I want you guys to know that I know we have an ethnically diverse background of audience members. Black and brown students from areas that don't have a lot of resources are not dumb, are not lazy. I can tell you that they are so brilliant and smart that they can tell by the lack of resources around them that people think they're supposed to be dumb and lazy. Some of them rise to the occasion, break through the barrier, and become the Kendricks and the good kids from the Mad Cities and things like that. Some of them might even be YG, where they still go, YG or Nipsey, they're going to keep all their attire, all their affiliation, all their extras, but test genius. And what did Nip say? No, he a genius, he just can't claim it because they left him no platforms to explain it. And that's in dedication. Right. Do you understand? Like, I know what I am, and I'm not about to let y'all sit here and tell me what I'm not by what you guys reflect back to me. Everything in their communities say lack. Right. Lackluster, lack of resources. You ain't enough. There are certain gems that are able, because of their personalities, to push through and persevere. But what I'm telling you, drop some of these students in these more resource-rich types of communities and neighborhoods, and you will see roses that grow from concrete. I'm telling you.
Watch how they flourish.
You will. I promise you, I cannot kid you about that. And I'm just telling you that as an educator of these roses from concrete, as Pac would call them, they're some of the most resilient and amazing individuals that I've ever met, and they still inspire me to this day. All right? Moving right along from raising y'all up, from the Raise Them Up, the Crenshaw story, Crenshaw edition. I have a high Y from an entrepreneur gentleman named Stimulated Minds on Instagram. Hello, shouts out to you. And I would have worn your stuff, but again, it was too fucking hot. So I apologize for that. But I will answer your question just because Stimulated Minds makes me think of going back to school. Stimulated Minds asks, what inspired you to start loving and living in the moment more often? Stimulated Minds, I had a surgery at the end of 2016. I was working on The Pharmacy by Dr. Dre on Beats One Apple Music alongside Exhibit, DJ Pooh, Battle Cat, J-Rock, and others. I was making more money than I'd ever made in my life. I was able to help everybody around me, invest into people's careers and lives. I am a helper. I am a person that does for everyone. I'm used to having everything capable of being done for myself, by myself. I recharge my own battery and make sure that other people remain charged or plug into an energy source to charge. When I was more immature and didn't learn and know enough about myself, I used to even make sure that I charged individuals, whether that took away from my full charge or not. And bringing you back up to 2016, I had a surgery, and that surgery cut through all of my abs, okay? The surgery left me bedridden. However, I couldn't put myself into or out of bed. I needed people. I needed people in a way I've never needed people. Physically, I needed people. My wonderful partner and creative genius partner right here, Chris Cadenhead, stayed in a hospital with me for 3 days. My head assistant, Onette Zellicke, came to visit me while she was taking finals at Long Beach State while she was attending there. And I didn't only need people for physical support to get into and out of bed, to walk around and do things. I needed people for the first time in my life, just so I didn't feel like and know that I was alone. In that time, and since that time, pain is a very powerful teacher. I learned how not to walk with my abs, because if I tried to use my abs to walk, which people generally do just unwittingly, not even knowing, there would be a Freddy Krueger sharp pain through my stomach feeling that would quickly encourage me to release those muscles. I relied more heavily on my secondary sets of muscles like my lower back and my obliques than I ever had in my God-given life. All right? For the first time in my life, there was only the moment. I couldn't be on the pharmacy with my boys because of the fact that I had to recover and get better. Everybody in my family was busy around that holiday time. So I think directly after being in the hospital with me, Chris ended up going on tour. And after tour, he ended up going to be with family in Florida. My sister was doing work with music that required her to stay at our house in Glendale a lot. My baby brother did come and spend the night with me, making sure I could get in and out of bed throughout the night. My baby sis was doing things. My mom it was all around my baby sister's birthday. They literally went out of town. Like, there were a lot of family members that just weren't there. Having time to only be with yourself, realizing how much you need you. You really literally need yourself. I think that started my relationship with myself to the point where it is right now. So fast forward 18 months, May 2018, I can do a sit-up for the first time in a year and a half, right? I'm back in the gym. I feel crazy about myself because I've gained weight that I've never gained before. I don't look like I generally normally look. Let me tell it. You know, everyone's like, no, you're fine. You look great. As long as what do they say? Your booty do? As long as your stomach is, your booty stick out bigger than your stomach, and your stomach can't be bigger than your booty do.
Right.
It can't stick out more than your booty do. That's what it is. Right. Your stomach can't stick out more than your booty do. So I had a booty do, right? So I was still living, you understand? I still was, hey, yay, out here. You dig me? I just felt like a guest in my own body, all right? And, wow, what's really going to be funny, Stimulated Minds, is the fact that it wasn't until this year and the last 2 weeks of my 36th year. So this was since when Nip was killed. The last week of March and the top of April. For the first times, I now I realized that I can't live right now for 2 years from now, and I can't live right now for things that had passed. I needed to just be and do me. And I wanted to do things good for my physical body for the first time in my life, just because I wanted to build a relationship with my physical body. So in times past, when I got smaller and lost weight, or if I did things, it was because I just wanted to look good on camera for when I did a photo shoot, or I wanted to get fit because I knew it would make me look good in clothes for red carpets in the future, or I knew I would. Basically, I appreciated my body as a throughput. I never just did for my body because of my body. I was always doing something else, and to make that a thing, I would manipulate the way that I looked. I would do the strength training. I would do this and that or whatever. It would be like bulking up, getting your body ready to be on the field, to be able to tackle, to do all of these things, but you're not being good to your body because it's your body. Right. Just because it's your body.
Right.
Being good to you just for you, it's like that's not big enough motivation. Since when? And how? So being physically unable to do for anything or anyone else and recognizing that this life was never meant for me to live alone, starting with that surgery in 2016, that's what inspired me to live in the moment. Loving in the moment came from learning to just know me. Again, the key to loving oneself is learning oneself. The key to loving the moment is learning that, oh, wait, there is just the moment. You know what I'm saying? Nothing I did, no amount of money I had, no amount of degrees I could have earned, no Grammy nominations, nothing could have helped me get out of the bed to go pee in the middle of the night. It was just me. It was just me. Those were my moments, sort of a thing. That whole journey has made me look at why I'm an artist and how I'm an artist. When I started this podcast, how this guy helped me, and now he's destroying my stuff back there.
Sorry,
yeah. He wants me to have no degrees. That's what I learned right now. But all of these things, stimulated minds, encouraged me to begin to live in and love in the moment, realizing not near motherfucker was sent on this earth to please me.
Right.
Only I was. A lot of people will please me just because their light will shine so bright that they do for themselves, that I'll get warmed by that beautiful light. Or I'll be able to read because the illumination of their brilliance and light will be around me. And I can appreciate the fact that they're there. I appreciate that this southern ass little South Carolinian, that's what I'm calling him today, a South Carolina boy came into my experience to literally encourage me to the point where he says, Miss Y, you need your own podcast. You need your own platform. A lot of my boys who need the information that you teach won't come to school. They still need you, though. This young man and people like him and that light and that love inspired me to do the things that I do. And I appreciate him. I appreciate Dave Four. I appreciate Chris Cadenhead and the individuals that make this podcast work, recognizing that none of them owe me anything. They don't owe me shiitake mushrooms, literally. They owe me nothing. And they give me every piece of them, all of their focus, their time, their effort, their love, their drive, and shit. Like, I don't know. That's just the most inspiring stuff for me. And this place, being in this space, is all reinforcement of the fact that I started recognizing that love in my moments for myself when nobody else was around, when no one could walk for me to make sure that I recovered well. No one could dance for me. There's a video of that Chris Cadenhead took. They told me after my surgery if I walked that it would heal faster, so I danced instead. Because I figure if I could walk and heal faster, I can't imagine what dancing would do. And that's one of Instagram. It's on my Instagram. I'll post it. I'll post it when this episode drops. I'll post it on my at Raise It Up Y page and let you guys see what I'm talking about there. But stimulated mind, thank you so much. One, for you being you, as dope as you are, believing in your own brand and going out and pursuing your entrepreneurship the way that you have, first off. Secondly, forever gracing me with the gorgeousness that is your products and your t-shirts. I truly appreciate them. I get compliments on them wherever I go, and I will continue to support you in what you do. And thanks for your hi, why. Thanks for your question. I truly appreciate that. Truly. Thank you. And one of the last things that we do, but never least, is my words of wisdom. Guys, I said it last episode. I'll say it again. You guys in these words of wisdom, y'all have really funked with this part of the show. And I think I'm going to have a special treat for you guys at the end of the year behind these words of wisdom. I'll inform Chris and Dave about what that might look like and see if they think it's something that we can do. And if they give me the green light, I plan to have something for y'all around the end of the year, you know, in time for the holidays. Just to treat yourself, be good to yourself, maybe help you start your 2020 with the right vision. You like that? Y'all like that play? Hey. Okay.
I see what you did there.
What's really funny is he really does see because he wears glasses. So that 2020 vision thing is something that he's been wanting for a very long time. So I'm fucking with y'all.
That's true.
But I'm going to dig into these Wyann's words of wisdom. Thank you so much yet again for supporting, being a part of this episode, coming back to school, living with us for just a moment. All right. And I want to say that there were way too many ways to flip the topic for today, to flip today's episode and to flip these words of wisdom. I plan to succinctly do it by digging into it like this. I have like 3 sets of very common adages to help you guys get into the back to school spirit. 1, work smarter, not harder. 2, measure 10 times, cut once. And 3, if you think education's expensive, try ignorance. None of these are original. They've all come from something I've read or heard somewhere. Work smarter, not harder, speaks to the recognition that there are cheat codes in this life, and while words don't teach, only vibes and experiences do, words are not for nothing. They are very powerful. I avidly listen to the Joe Budden podcast. Hi, guys, if you ever listen over here. And in an episode from last year, the cast discussed how useless school seemingly is. And guess what? They had hella reason to substantiate their claims. School feels whack a lot of times. 1, more to boys than girls. 2, more to black male learners than almost any other type of learner. And 3, almost always school feels whack to creatives. I can back up each of those statements with empirical, evidence-based, peer-reviewed scholarly studies. So if you need that, hit me for that. But the point is, just because school itself feels and can actually sometimes be whack, it in no way dictates that education is whack. Learning something before doing it will save you a lot of time, a lot of heartache, and it will help you avoid pitfalls, and some of those pitfalls from which you can never come back. Right. Yeah, you won't get a second chance at some of those things. So working smarter, not harder is my first piece of back to school wisdom that I'd like to share with you. And as Proverbs states, a fool learns only from his own mistakes, where a wise man learns from the mistakes of others. Number 2, measure 10 times, cut once, marks the second piece of wisdom I want to share with you all today. I'm a daddy's girl. Most of y'all could have figured that out by my tomboy status and swag. I hope that a lot of you all are able to see that at least. I spoke a lot of my dad's wisdom in my first released single from earlier this year entitled Wake Up. Dad told me one day when I was just moving way too fast that I needed to measure 10 times and cut once. And mind you, I'm smart as fuck. So half the time when I'm moving fast, I'm literally just attempting to keep up physically with all that my mind conjures. So the reality is, our minds are our first computers. They can literally create anything we decide to create, including the computer itself. Mm-hmm. That's why I think positive self-talk is hella important. Our minds, being the first computers, always find answers to whatever questions we pose to it. So if in a moment of misalignment, you ask yourself something like, man, why am I so stupid? Your brain works to figure out an answer. Mm-hmm. Just like Google search does when you hit the send button. Your brain might respond back to you, well, because you've been told you were stupid all of your life, you earned horrible grades, and you've never really felt worthy anywhere you've been, and that's why you're so stupid. You're welcome. That's harsh. But for some, it's accurate nonetheless. Mm. So imagine asking yourself questions like, what would improve my state of being? Or, man, where can I learn more to make me a better man or a woman? Your brilliant computer called your brain will not only search everything you see and or have seen to find answers, but because you're focused on finding truth and answers and improvement, everything in the universe will become noticeable to you and your brain to help reveal to yourself answers of how to feel more worthy and get to your next level. I remember when I worked on Detox back in like 2008 for the second or third time with Dre. And Dr. Dre, in case any of you guys didn't know that Detox was a project of Dr. Dre's. I never know who's knowing what. Dre walked in and he watched me stack my vocals. When I got off the mic, I explained to someone who'd asked why I do my vocals the way that I do. It's a technique that I learned from my dad, Wyann Vaughn. At the end of my explanation, I said, yeah, so I basically measure 10 times and cut once, like my dad says. Dre asked, wait, say that again? What was that? I repeated myself, and Dre smiled and said, yeah, I like that. Measure 10 times, cut once. That's some wisdom right there. My last bit of wisdom that felt natural to share with you all today comes from a bumper sticker at my spiritual and wellness chiropractor's office. If you think education is expensive, try ignorance. I'll use this and take a nice little shot at higher education in the process, or really any paid for education in the process. I'm gonna get my Clio on like Rapsody say. We ain't forgot about them shots, Jack. You gonna be mad when I squeeze back. Anyways, the shot is the shot. I'm not trying to aim at anybody, but if you feel hurt, you'll holler. And if the shoe fits, buy a matching purse. That's what I was taught. Blah. Let me state this for every new college student looking to wear the colors of the school that they've seen all their lives that costs over $50,000 a year to attend. Let me let off on this topic for every set of parents who works the color of their jeans off to supply their child with any part of what they could for them to get a master's degree and then work at Starbucks because the education didn't match the job market. Let me Clio this topic for any dreamer who learned that they were brought to this country when they were born and just a couple months of age, and only learned that when they looked to apply for financial aid and felt like what my sis Rap almost called her album, an alien. Let me get my West Coast social worker rah-rah on for y'all. Education is a business. School makes money. Off of who? You and me. Education at every level is a for-profit business. Let me state that differently. No level of education teaches students because it cares. No, nigga. Learn this lesson now and keep Sally Mae out your pocket. School is a business that hands out life's cheat codes, which can work very well and in your favor. But let's be honest, school only gives out certain of those codes, certain of the hacks to life. And not only that, You got to ask the right questions to get the codes that you need. And you have to play the political game right there in the classroom just to make sure that the gems get thrown in your direction for you to put in your crown. And get this. You have to think enough of yourself to even feel like you're worthy of the investment and of the time and of the opportunities that you may have missed somewhere else. The delayed gratification for the 4 years it will take to earn you a degree that does not guarantee you success nor a job. School itself is something that, if approached with ignorance, will be the most expensive lesson you learn. And it will not be worth the little money that you make with the degree in the end. So let me help you out. I wanted to teach a class about the sociological implications of Black music at the college where I teach. And because I didn't earn a music degree, I was informed that I would be unable to teach this subject. Not only was my thesis on this exact topic, but it's what I've lived my entire life. When I sat in that dean's chair listening to how I couldn't do what I've been bred to do, I cut him off to interject a question. So wait. Sir, by your standards, at this school, what you're telling me is that Quincy Jones couldn't teach a music composition class. What you're telling me is that Shaka Khan could not teach a vocal class for effective singing here. Is that what you're telling me? Because neither of them have degrees, especially music degrees. That man hemmed and hawed, and before shrugging his shoulders and looking down, he basically muttered yes in response to my question. Quickly, I shot up from the desk, from the seat where I sat, offered him my hand to shake and said, "Oh, okay, then I'm cool on this position then. Thank you very much." Already having had my homegirl create her school of hip hop, and I helped her do that, I left that situation to help my homeboy, CEO of 1500 or Nothing, Rance Dobson, and the other good people at 1500 or Nothing create an entire educational experience called the 1500 Sound Academy. And it does way more and way beyond what that one music class at that college could have ever done. Getting a music degree to teach a class that I already knew I could teach without it would have been ignorance being more expensive than education. Knowing my worth and who the fuck I was as a culmination of all of the education that I have on paper and the education I have inside of me as an artist, as an edutainer, that allowed me to walk out of that office like the champ I walked in as. Again, that self-education ends up paying me way more than the idea of that ignorant opinion like, hey, go get a music degree, Quincy Jones, and then you could teach us how to ... You don't get the fuck out of here. Anyways, I wanted to tie something in from episode 8 about allowance here. Listening back to the episode, I felt I did a good job of explaining alignment and not so good a job of explaining allowance. Right at the end, at the very least. So this example of leaving that music department at my college to let life create a better opportunity for me to entertain and educate, aka edutain, that feels like the dopest illustration of allowance that I can give you all. Let life, guys. Let life happen. Let life be considering we as human beings are humans being, not humans doing. That's a word to Abraham and Esther Hicks. I need you all to trust life. Trust God if that rings truer to you. Trust the universe. Trust your inner being. Trust positivity and good energy, but trust the process. That's allowance. Allowance is like practiced, aligned patience. Because sometimes patience can get illustrated as having the jitters now, waiting for the thing that you want in the future. It makes you miss your moment. That concept of patience does. Allowance feels like relishing in the energy of what's to come right now, recognizing it's already happening for you. You're trusting in the manifestation. So this is a lot of information, guys. So what I want you to do with this episode, and really every episode, especially this segment, this Wyann's Words of Wisdom, I want you to do yourself a favor. 1, listen more than once to this episode, this Words of Wisdom. And I want you to write down, number 2, the points that hit you in a special way. And you know, because they made the pit of your stomach jump, or they made your brow rise. Whatever gave you some sort of a physical reaction, like a like a oh wow. Whatever gives you that sort of reaction, write those points down. And 3, in a private place, not on social media, not on a Facebook post, not on an Instagram caption, nowhere else, in a place just to you, not a text message or an email, in a place just to you, I want you to write down what made those words of wisdom react to you. What made you react to them, rather? What made them feel special? By doing that, you are processing. And once you process yourself, you will, 1, understand yourself hella deeper as a way of working smarter, not harder. Mm-hmm. You will, 2, mark a way that you are measuring where you are in life before you act. And number 3, you will save you from moving in ignorance and doing anything in this world that you can't take back. Those are my words of wisdom for this day. And before I go, Jaquavis, before I go, I love it. He danced. He cannot hear the music that you guys are hearing. He just danced in silence with me in a 86-degree kitchen. So, guys, you already know what this is. I need you to know, in the paid dues section, I want to big up different entities, companies, entrepreneurs that are doing dope shit that I feel raised by knowing, being a part of, or supporting my damn self. One of them is not news to you, okay? This is the Doux, baby. And this is that cash rules everything around me. Cream, get the money, dollar bill, y'all. Look at that. That's my cousin's thing. Look at that. It's, oh my God, my hair is on it. I use this one, my bad. I usually get one that's like pretty for you guys, but today wasn't that fun. Also, this, I said I was going to do this before. Yeah, I'm not even helping her with her doggone. Yes, so I'm going to talk to you. But what my cousin also does is these giveaways on her social media. You can get a damn thedoux.com boombox, bitch. You can literally get a package of different things from her. She'll do these like little contests online, and it don't take much. It just takes for you to do it, sort of a thing. And takes for you to do it, D-O-U-X.
I see what you did there.
There you go. So when you follow at I Love the Doux, ILOVETHEDOUX, you'll be able to tap in and see some of this stuff. And I'm sorry, this packaging, I know you guys on Spotify and Apple Podcasts don't know what the hell I'm looking at. If you guys pop over to the YouTube page and look at the packaging on this The Doux boombox, is this not fly? Be honest, Dave.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Dave is bald and he would get it. He has a beard though, so does Chris. So, you know, I mean, the bald beardies, you know how that goes. The baldy bearded. I'm gonna find something real dope for them one day. All right. Second way we're gonna pay our dues. Quiz. Let me do this for you. This is QT, my hair lady. If you're on Spotify and Apple Music again, Apple Podcast, you won't be able to see this. I had to put up my hair because it was so hot. But y'all know I've been with them Kia Harper braids. They were beautiful. Ooh, it hurt me to take them off. However, I missed my hair. Oh, excuse me. Oh, excuse me. Oh, yes. Oh, see, that's how you know somebody really got your back. They're going to tell you, smooth it out, fuzz. So, I got my long, beautiful, luxurious, straight hair done by QT in these streets. At ASA, Asian. Spell Asian. ASIAN. Yeah, thank you. I thought I spelled that wrong. I couldn't determine it quickly. At ASIANBLK, because yes, she is Asian and black. And boy, she gets this hair amazingly beautiful and straight. Look, it smells like it smells like black hair, huh?
It smells like a new person.
You understand me? A new purse? I'm out here. You can't tell me nothing. I smell like brand new money. Oh, can't tell me nothing. So, okay, yes. You guys hit her up if you're in the LA area. She's not far from the real Crenshaw district, really. And get you some of your pretty hairs done. I got to put this right back up because I put this hair down and it felt like a cape. It felt like, I swear it felt like somebody was coming to take my whole life away. So, also, Nip, you've done an amazing job. When I was at Crenshaw High, teaching on the campus of Crenshaw High, people would have the shirts, my students, even some faculty, they would have, because our colors were blue and gold, blue shirts with gold Crenshaw that looked just like this, right? And I told the students, I said, yo, I didn't see that in the student store. I didn't see it on campus. Like, where'd you guys get it? I want one because I'll represent you guys, sort of a thing. Because I didn't attend Crenshaw, but I felt, because I was teaching there, I felt like it was me showing solidarity with my kids, sort of a thing. They was like, Miss Y, you can't get it here. You got to go across the street to the guys that sell it. Nip, Black Sam. They were selling these across the street at the time that I was teaching at Crenshaw. That's why I thought it would be really cool to bring up the Crenshaw story and to have the Marathon clothing on. So guys, keep continuing to support the Marathon clothing. Nip's legacy lies there and elsewhere. Let me tell it. Prayers up to the Queen, Lauren London, and the beautiful babies, the heiress and the heir to the legacy of the great Nipsey Hussle. The marathonclothing.com is where I bought that and a couple other pieces. You can also go to the marathonclothing.com. The customer service was excellent. They walked me through every single step just to let you know it's on the way here. Text me. Hey, let you know this and that should be coming. This and that should be coming. Like, I felt so valued. I was like, this is amazing customer service. Thank you. I felt really, really important and special. So thank you to all the beautiful people over there at Marathon Clothing. And guys, the marathon does continue. I gotta get a tat. Anyways, the marathon definitely does continue. One of my last things that I need to promote is 2. This is the 4th. Eve. Rapsody. Out now. Purchase and stream the album Eve. Purchase and stream. Notice the and word. I didn't say or. I didn't say do one or the other. Purchase and stream. Do that for every artist that you love and respect. It's the way that you feed us. It's the way that you keep us going. It's the way that, especially if we're independent, it's literally the way that you guys make sure we show that we matter in this world where everybody is kind of able to be an artist these days and put out music these days, all right? So if you like something, support something with your dollars. When you can, definitely not asking you to go broke behind it, but when you can, please buy and stream. 1 million streams on Apple Music is $7,000. 1 million streams is $7,000. It's a little more than $7,000 or whatever, but it's not out of $7,000. It's not close to $8,000. Help you out. So please just know again, if you knew better, you do better. So I'm just giving you that education so you guys actually buy the things that you like and support and stream as well. Ladies and gentlemen, you already know what it is. Right Out, very much still available. I don't know where there's new love for well, no, not new love, but a lot of you guys have been supporting We're the New Love. I've only promoted this every episode, but just in the last month or so, like the sales went up. I was like, wait, I like you guys. Thank you. It's still one of the most beautiful books you've ever seen that you'll ever buy. Yeah. Oh, Natural Flirt. That's a good poem. Wonderful photography and editing by Bananas Foster, James Adams. All of the pieces, of course, written by me. And if you act right, I think Chris Caden had told me that we might be giving you guys another piece to add to your Write Out collection before the year is out. Yeah, so be expecting something else soon coming. Be looking in the maybe audiobook files. I don't know. Just because somebody told me I had a sexy voice, so I was like, yo, I could like maybe when somebody compliments on something, the next thing you know, you have to really big that.
Yeah, you have to.
Oh my God, you got a sexy voice. Word. Oh, that's crazy.
That's how I be with my exes sometimes. Like, ooh, your exes. Like, yeah. You know what I'm talking about? Little shouty, yeah.
Why, God? Why? How many years was that though? How many? 21. Okay. Guys, I hope you had such an amazing time with us today. I know I had a lot of fun with y'all, being here with my baby boy, being here with my balded beardies, and I don't know if that's going to be it. I tried to make that stick that time. Don't worry about it. We will figure them out. You understand? Guys, a couple dates. October 4th, Rapsody, Big Crit, and Damani Harris, who is T.I.'s baby boy, well, not the baby boy, but one of his sons, will be performing in the Los Angeles area. If you are here, come go up, because I'm going to be there. I'm probably going to burst into flames on the side of the stage. So just so you guys know, I might even do a windmill or some other B-girl moves, maybe a backflip or two. So come for that. It should be fly. That's October 4 in LA. But please check the website, check Rapsody, check Big Crit, so that you know when they're going to be around. Also, October 17, I'll be doing an event at my college, Pasadena City College. We're going to be doing an Ujima mentoring program event that Quebo won't be there for. Anyway, but what I end up doing is we end up performing, and all of my industry buddies, as well as other people who possess jobs that my students are aspiring to go towards, all come out, and we just have a big old blast. Dave didn't know he was gonna have to be there. Chris didn't know he was gonna have to be there. They're just finding out right now as I'm telling you guys. I think it's gonna be a blast. That's gonna be a Thursday, October 17 at Pasadena City College. Please hit me in the DMs of @RaiseItUpY for more information about it. And I feel like those are all the dates I have for you now. There will be a new sound creators coming very, very soon. And I think I have some special plans for sound creators in 2020, as in we'll start doing and taping some of our podcasts during and allowing people to be there. So instead of high wise on like this, people right there in a very intimate audience, maybe 20 people, will be able to interact in sort of a thing, but we'll still utilize it for content and things like that. So I have tours in mind. I have ideas in mind. Yeah, and the big. I'm just out here being a thing. I'm just being a vibe and shit. EP. Wyann EP. Coming soon. I'm excited. Okay, that one made me excited. I'm sorry. I didn't know it was going to get me. But, guys, those are my dates. Those are my little updates of things that you can catch me at. I appreciate and love the attention that you've given yourself by sitting and being here with us. Please, love people, hug people, tell them that you know that you love them and that you need them, and that not that you need them from a place of I can't live without you codependency, but rather of a place of appreciation, as in I was meant to live this life alongside someone, and that someone is someone like you watching and listening right here to this podcast. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for your time. Thank these men. Stay real, y'all.
Namaste. Let's agree. Shalom. Power to the people.
Raise it up, why? Raise it up. Raise it up, why? Raise it up. Hey, raise it up, why? Raise it up. Raise it up, why? Hey, raise it up. Hey, raise it up, why? Raise it up.